Okay, good evening to the Wellcoin Talk community. Tonight we're in A with Utilium. Here to speak about the project is Big Mike BSC Gems, and we've also got someone from the Launchpad, Randy, that's going to be launching on their new Launchpad on Friday. So, yeah, I suppose if we could just maybe start with Son of Doge. It launched in January. We could have a bit of a sort of back history on that. Big Mike and BSC Gems, that'd be great.
Yeah, sure. Not a problem. My name is Big Mike. I'm the CEO of Son of Doge and the Utilium platform. We launched SOD V2 back in January when me and the team had taken control of the project after a bunch of bad things that had happened with the original founder and everything like that. We don't like to bring it up too much, but we know it's out there. So, we're well aware of everything. When we relaunched, we did this to regain the trust of the community and everything else because of everything that had happened. And moving forward, we wanted to build our names, as, trust, honesty, and integrity, fully transparent and everything else like that. And over the last few months, we have achieved all that and everything. And because that we have this motto of trust, transparency, honesty, and integrity, we wanted to create a utility and a platform that supports that. So Utilium is our platform, and we offer our Launchpad to only legit projects. They have to go through a KYC service with one of our partners, Seek. Seek is fully licensed to do KYC audits. They have to, they are also connected with the FBI and everything else like that. So they do a complete legit KYC service. And unlike every other KYC service out there, if you do choose to rug your project and everything else like that, they will make you famous, across the crypto world and expose them. Moving forward from that, we do not take 2% of the tokens from the pre-sale. We do not take any funds raised during the pre-sale, as we want to make it completely fair for project owners, developers, investors, and everybody involved to succeed in life, succeed with their project. Because legitimate people, when they have their dream of their project, they have a vision, a goal, and they want to succeed. And we have noticed in this space that most projects that launch on these other launch pads, as soon as they hit their first peak, these launch pads dump their tokens and kill their project and ruin for the project owners and developers. So we wanted to create something that would avoid all of these things, and that's where Utilium comes in. Our platform offers a ton of features for project owners, investors, developers, where they come on in, they could purchase any of these features. These features can be anywhere from the very start of a project to the middle of a project to the, all the way through to post marketing and everything else. And we wanted to set this up so that when project owners, we've all been through it, where you send money out and you're unsure if those services are going to be done, when they're going to be done, if they even happen at all. With Utilium, when people pay for a certain feature off of our platform, their money stays in that contract. They'll be notified that the funds have been accepted when the job has been processed or is in process, and when it's been completed, so that they know exactly what's going on with their money and making sure that the services are done 100% to satisfactory. So, with all this coming about, we came, USS Quantum came to us, and they already KYC'd with somebody else and had an audit and everything, but they were more than happy to go and do the KYC with Seek, show their audit to them, let Seek do their thing, and got their stamp of approval. And I talked to them as well and vetted them, and they're a great group of guys. They've been working on this for quite some time. This is not something that they just thought of overnight. They are U.S. incorporated with an LLC. They are, do a lot of good things with, in the space to also clean it up as well. So we're very, very happy to have such a solid project like this, being one of the first ones to launch on Utilium.
Awesome. Yeah, so we can go into the Launchpad. There's lots to delve into there. But if we could just go back a bit, and can you tell us about the core team's background and experience in crypto at Utilium?
Sure. There in the core team, there's pretty much most of us came from other projects and everything. I personally have more experience when it comes to the contract and development end of things. We have BSC Gems that does all of our social media and things like that. When he's very well at it. He's been doing it for quite some time. We have Crypto Mark it's our communication officer. He, is in our voice chat, constantly doing video AMAs and everything else, keeping the community active, things of that nature. We have Crypto Crumb, which is like our chief advisor financially. He keeps track of all the spending, puts it on spreadsheets and everything else like that. Just so that if anybody ever asks where our funds being spent, we could turn around and say, well, here you go. Because like we said, we want to be fully transparent with everything. My background, I've been in crypto for a little over a year. I've had some great success. Been rugged a few times as well. Nobody's perfect in this space, but I come from a line of, my history of being a business owner. I started out construction, right out of high school. Opened up a remodeling company, then started flipping houses, then got into real estate, started investing in real estate, wholesaling houses and everything else like that. And I've taken all my business experience and brought it into crypto and trying to make some of those into an actual business. We have, applied to get our corporation so that we could get listed on the major exchanges and everything else. So we are completely legitimizing our project, and we're trying to legitimize this space with people that are actual honest people that want to have a legit project.
So yeah, let's go into the Launchpad, the Utilium Launchpad. Projects are going to pay in BUSD and BNB, so you're not going to take any tokens. So it's going to stabilize the sort of prices in the first few days, where some projects take 2% of the tokens and it gets done.
Exactly. We don't take any of those fees, so their project is completely safe from that aspect of it. We want, every project that launches on Utilium to be a success, because their success is our success. They do very well, then Utilium is going to do very well just off of that alone. So, we want it to be fair to everybody. We want to be transparent with everybody. We want, only legitimate projects. If anybody does not choose to go through the vetting process, they will not be allowed to launch on Utilium. We're not here for a numbers game. We're here for quality.
So have you got guys on the team that are scouting for up and coming new launches and approaching them? And is there different tiered packages for projects to choose on the Launchpad?
Correct. So we have a tier system, a diamond, gold, and silver. If you fall in any of those three tiers, and as a holder, then you are guaranteed a whitelist for every project that launches on Utilium. And then also the revenue generated from Utilium is going to be used for future development of the platform, because there's going to be new versions coming out every 3-4 weeks with added features, more upgrades, and as crypto evolves, we will evolve as well. Obviously to pay staff, and then also to do buybacks and burns for the SOD chart as well.
So some of the profits from the Launchpad, will go back to buyback and burns on the token. Awesome. Correct. And you've got a diamond hand investors sort of club where I don't know how many tokens they would need to hold or for how long, and then they would get tier 1 pre-sale spots on the Launchpad, and then there'll be tier 2 and tier 3, is it?
Yeah, so right now it's broken down to 24 quad for tier 1, 15 quad for tier 2, and then 10 quad for tier 3. Tier 1 has 1 hour to contribute to the pre-sale before the pre-sale goes live. Tier 2 has 30 minutes before the pre-sale goes live, and then tier 3 is given a whitelist spot when the pre-sale is live.
Yeah, and then is that adjustable? How many tokens you need if the price sort of skyrockets in? Some of those, yeah.
When the price of SOD shoots up, yes, those tier systems are going to be adjusted accordingly, to fit the market cap.
And you're going to require KYC and vetting of the projects that come on the launchpad. So you're trying to protect investors for really, solid utility sort of projects in the future.
Yeah, they have to do the KYC with Seek, which is our partner. Their feature will be on our platform. They do a really big deep dive into not only the contract, but also into the project owners themselves. And he will he tells them, if you do anything that's not kosher, we will make you famous. We will expose your name and everything else like that to the proper sources, and they will make you famous in not a good way. So everybody has to go through this vetting process, because we want to protect project owners, investors that are going to be using our platform.
Awesome. And are you going to offer auditing services of the contract for projects that launch on the platform? Have you got some partnerships there?
We're working on getting all these partnerships with the audit companies, big and small. Everything takes time building these relationships, but Seek does look at at the audits that these projects already have, and they give feedback on that as well.
And you're going to have like influencer packages, marketing shop with a basic medium and premium marketing strategies for projects. Yeah, how does that work, and what will happen with the profits from that? Will that go into back into the Son of Doge program?
Yeah, so we'll have like pre-marketing packages, post-marketing packages, influencers, CMC listing, CG listing, trending services, literally everything that you're going to need to run your project, from the very start all the way through past launch and everything else like that. These services are brought in through us. These people are vetted to be able to be on our platform. And the fees are going to be relatively comparable to everything that's out there. We will make a small percentage off the top of everything for listing these services on there. And like I said before, the revenue generated will be going towards future development, staff, and then buybacks and burns for SOD.
Okay, awesome. And what features are going to be on the Launchpad? We have like an emergency withdrawal feature if the soft cap's not reached for investors, things like that.
Yes. So if the pre-sale does not fill or anything like that, once it's canceled, then the investors can go back and claim their funds.
You don't need that emergency feature if they don't reach the soft cap. Yeah, they just get a refund. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't keep any funds. We don't touch any coins. We our hands are clean of all of this.
Awesome. And you've already got in place partnerships with Hobbs, Ryu, and Seek. I think we've had AMAs with Hobbs and Ryu. Ryu's coming back for a second one after this AMA tonight as well. What's the partnership like? How are you sort of helping each other and collaborating?
Yeah, so we came together. These partnerships were built because we all have the same goal and intentions in mind. Honest, trust, and integrity. So we came together to spread the word about all this. Like Rui is one of our partners. We cross market each other all the time. Same thing with Hobbs and Seek. Seek's going to be on the platform. Rui's wallet will be posted with the Rui swap on the platform as well, and then Hobbs will be doing banners and letting them know about their drip contract, their big paydays, and everything else like that.
Great. And you're planning an NFT marketplace that's coming soon. I'm wondering if you're going to have like a minting feature for projects that launch on the Launchpad so they can do an NFT series in the future.
In the future, we'll get to that. Right now, with our NFTs, we're probably most likely going to be going through OpenSeas to do so. We are currently, getting artists and everything else like that aligned up for all of these things. So there's still plenty more to come for SOD. The marketplace, the NFTs, the game. But we really wanted to. The platform was never really part of our original roadmap, but we thought it would be something great to add to it. So we had gotten through phase one very, very quickly and accomplished all those goals. So we decided that we can add this platform to have a major utility for the project.
I'm wondering what audit you've had on the Son of Doge contract. Have you had like a CERTIC audit or a Desert Finance audit?
Yeah, we've had a CERTIC audit.
Yeah. So were you looking to partner with them in the future and maybe offer that for some of the projects that launch on the Launchpad as well?
Yeah, we're currently working and trying to get a partnership with CERTIC so that we can cut the fees down and also the time of the audit down. So that way, when somebody requests these services, that we could get that audit turned around within 24 to 48 hours. It's a working process.
Okay, great. And how are you going to compete with sort of like the big boys, Pink Sale and DX Sale, with your Launchpad? What are you doing different? I know you're not taking the 2% tokens, which is great. Yeah, what's going to be different on the platform there, and how are you going to compete with them in the future?
Well, our UI is going to be better, more user friendly, and everything. And it's really not a competition. If you want to go and launch on Pink Sale or DXL and lose 2% of your tokens and 2% of your funds raised through your pre-sale, then that's your choice. If you choose not to do the vetting process, again, that is your choice, and you can go launch on those other platforms. We're offering a fair service for legitimate people that are willing to go through the vetting process, that want to have their projects succeed. They have a dream, a goal, a vision. They're honest people. They want their investors to make money. They want their communities to be profitable and be able to have that life-changing financial effect. So, we're not trying to compete with anybody. We're just trying to, make it more legitimate, make it more real, make it profitable for everybody involved. So when people see that, it's going to be a common sense thing more than a competition thing. Be like, well, I could do this, be honest, and go through them, or I'm not planning on being so honest, so I'm just going to launch over here.
I mean, yeah, the market's expanding. As we go mainstream, it'll just get bigger and bigger. So there's plenty of room for growth.
We're going to be a multi-chain. I mean, we're starting off with Ethereum and BSC, but we're going to be adding Chronos very, very soon, and other networks as well.
And Chronos, yeah, it's an up-and-coming blockchain. It's really exciting. That we've had a few AMAs with them. So maybe you've got your first launch this Friday, and Randy's here from USX Quantum. Maybe we can ask him about his dealing with Utilium and what's happening for the.
Yeah, no, they have an awesome project. So yeah, please ask them their question, ask away, let them talk about their project. They went through the KYC process with Seek, so they can tell you firsthand exactly what that's all about as well.
Yep, I'm here. Whatever you'd like to start with.
Just maybe give us a pitch about the project and what's happening and how your experience is on with Utilium, and it's pretty exciting. You're going to be the first launch on a Utilium.
Yeah. Well, first of all, the 30-second elevator pitch is that our project USX Quantum is going to be the first blockchain to run on quantum systems, quantum computers. And if the people listening are taken aback by that, I don't blame you, because on the surface of it, it sounds pretty crazy. But after doing the research on everything for the last year and a half, we found that it's not only possible, but it's going to help out the space immensely. We're not actually going to be constructing or putting together a quantum computer, but the tools are out there, and the verification systems and the simulators are out there to allow us to achieve this project. Microsoft, IBM, both have sort of coding languages for quantum systems, and they allow access to their networks for simulators, and so you can test out your stuff. And I know there's probably some people out there still wrapping their heads around my first statement that we're going to be the first ones on quantum computers, but it's coming. Our research and articles that come out daily show the advancements of quantum computers and their advantages that are coming over classical computers as we know of them right now. So we found Utilium after searching for a while. We went through a list of launch pads that we were going to go with. Pink Sail, we were looking at. DGEM contacted us. Unicrypt contacted us. We even had Moonforce wanting to launch our project. But after looking at some of those other ones like Pink Sail and, the rumors about how they dump coins and kill prices and some of those other ones, and then Moonforce had their issues with a hack. We were hooked up with Utilium and Son of Doge and Big Mike. And after having just the first meeting with them, they were real. They were authentic. They were on top of everything. They were just upfront about everything, and the statements that they're not out to screw people. They want to see legitimate projects succeed. They want to see legitimate people succeed. And our team leader Ryan, he's listening in. Unfortunately, he can't talk right now, but he did the KYC with Seek and Robert from Seek, and his experience was very positive. Robert was very thorough with the research that he did, looking into backgrounds and stuff like that. And so they're serious. They're serious. They want legitimate projects. They want people that are serious, that will back up their work and see their project through to the end. So I am very excited. I know Ryan's excited to have Seek. The rest of our team is excited to have Seek and Utilium, and to be the first one out there is really an honor.
Great. Randy, I didn't know quantum computing was coming so soon. What's the sort of timeline you think we'll be crossing over to quantum computing?
Well, it's hard. It's hard to think about for a lot of people the way we think about computers as they are now. IBM, Microsoft, Google, even Honeywell Securities, they're all looking into it. And there's articles out there. There was an article out there the other day, I don't have the link to it, where companies are actually saving encrypted data from other companies, and governments are saving encrypted data for when quantum comes down the road. If you talk about timeline, it varies. There was an article from an MIT professor or fellow the other day that he claimed that we're 10 or 20 years away from a quantum computer, whereas Microsoft is already on. They're looking at like a second level quantum qubit, a topological qubit. That's almost like a second layer that they're looking at of qubits already. For me personally, I see the evolution of quantum computing going much like having a motherboard in the computer, having a slot for like an add-on card for a quantum card, for lack of a better term, something to help do calculations, to help run things, to be a hybrid system that can communicate with larger companies' quantum systems so everybody can integrate. So timeline, we see our ability to actually make the quantum blockchain in 2 years. For like at-home computers, 2 years for our blockchain. We estimate 5 years when they start to really show up on the cloud side of things and start to get integrated. For home computers, it's hard to say because of the necessity for cooling. But once, even with the rate that technology is changing now, once the ball's rolling and, it starts to pick up speed, it could be way sooner than that. But we have to be ready in the crypto space for these coming systems.
I could talk for hours about that, geeky stuff.
Yeah.
Quantum computing. I mean, it's scary. Sort of Elon Musk has said about, the AI sort of overtaking humans and, robots having emotions. And,
well, right.
that sort of thing. But yeah.
Right now, I don't think there's so much a need for AI on the quantum side. I haven't been seeing a lot about that, but I'm sure it's coming. But it's more or less the security and the ability to, if we think about, brute force hacking, the way I kind of think about it is instead of trying one password at a time or one string of code at a time to try to hack your way in, a quantum computer can try multiple. And that's really where it shines. It has the ability to do multiple streams at the same time to try to, I guess, kind of loop itself around to get the right answer on multiple lanes of a highway rather than just one.
Okay, got you. Yeah, so it'll help with cybercrime, and obviously that's quite important now with Russia and China and the Western world sort of looking at cyber attacks and things like that. But we better get back to the back to the project. So you're doing the launch on Friday on Utilium. What time's that for investors, and what's going to be the soft cap and hard cap?
I believe it's at 4:00 Eastern. I don't know off the top of my head, but I think it's 8 p.m. UTC. And then our hard cap, we're targeting 1,200 BNB, soft cap to 600. And also at 2:00 in the afternoon, we're going to be having a live stream. Ryan is going to be working with the Crypto Huddle. He's worked with us a lot when we first started out, helping us get exposure, and he's helping us out with a live stream on Friday before the launch. His YouTube channel is going to be on the live stream, the Crypto Huddle. You search for it on YouTube, and we're going to have Ryan there with him and a bunch of information, and Big Mike and a couple other guys should be there as well.
Sounds awesome. So we'll go back to the Utilium launchpad with Mike. I'm looking at what's the marketing you're going to do around the launchpad? Are you sort of, like I say, have you got a team that approaches projects? What you're sort of planning, how many to launch in the first sort of quarter over at Utilium?
We have a sales team and marketing team that's out there, reaching out to new projects that want to launch and everything else like that. We're doing, these AMA tours right now to get the word out about Utilium and USX Quantum being the first to launch on our platform. In this space, as everyone knows, you need to prove yourself. So a lot of projects are sitting back to see how the first couple launches go. We do have USX Quantum being our first. We have another one already lined up and a few other ones that are currently going through a vetting process. So we do have some things lined up. We will prove to everybody that this is a safe, platform to launch on, and that everything was going to go smoothly. So it's just, a matter of proving ourselves to everyone. And once that word gets out, and these projects do well, we'll get those legitimate people over to us, and we'll be more than happy to launch them.
And with the launchpad, will they be able to create the contracts with Utilium as well for projects?
Yeah, if they currently don't have a contract yet, then they would be able to create a contract. Like I said, they could do everything from the very start of creating their project all the way through to post marketing and anything else that they may need down the future. We're going to be like the one stop time to be like Amazon, where you don't have to go anywhere else to search for any other feature, any other kind of service that you need. We will have everything put on the platform.
Awesome. And how are you going to sort of split up the team between Son of Doge and the Utilium launchpad, for the marketing side, because you'll be marketing for other projects as well as for Son of Doge?
Yeah, well, we have our Utilium official Telegram channel. This is where projects can go and come and ask and post their projects and things like that, and we can reach out. From there, we'll go ahead and reach out to them. We have we have our SOD team for marketing, but we also have a Utilium team for marketing as well. We're doing both at the same time because one works with the other. So as things progress and everything, there'll be assigned people to certain tasks for each part of the project. So you'll have certain people just for SOD and then certain people just on Utilium.
Got like over 10,000 members in the Telegram for Son of Doge, so that's potential investors for everything that launches on the Utilium platform.
Yes, sir. And you know, our community is one of the strongest communities out there. They, you know, they're looking forward to this platform and these launches. They know that, you know, we have our track record speaks for ourselves. You know, we always deliver on what we promise and everything else like that. So they know that when we say we're going to come out with a legitimate platform and only listing legitimate projects, they know that, you know, this is true, that this is we will achieve this. So yeah, you're gonna, every project that launches off us is going to have the support of the SOD community. Absolutely.
Right, and yeah, so I'll open it up to the rest of the team if anyone's got a question for Big Mike over at the Utilium project and Son of Doge.
Hey Glenn, yeah, I was listening, and one thing I like to admire is when people rise up from the community, right, and kind of take it upon themselves to take it further. I like that you didn't want to, go over everything that happened before and all that. You know, what's important is that you guys are doing a great job. You know, you're reviving everything, and not only that, but you're building something super cool on top of it, and I was also curious. I think you probably touched upon this a little earlier about your launch pad and how many projects you're planning to onboard. I know you said you're taking it nice and easy and all that, but I'm still, it still makes me curious. Like, what are gonna be some of the numbers in the coming months? You know, I'm not one of those guys asking you like when next launch, when next project, but maybe like in the coming months. Do you have something planned? Are you in talks with other people? Or what's going on in that front?
Yeah, so we're in talks with other projects already and going through vetting processes with those. We do have two already lined up, one being USS Quantum. Um, so, and we have a sales team and marketing teams out there getting more. And now we are aware that with our vetting process and everything, that, you know, out of all the projects that launch every day, that only 5% of those projects are actual legit people that have a legit project and a goal in mind that want to succeed. And we only wanted that's who we want to target. Those are those at that 5% is, you know, what we want to launch on Utilium. So to be able to give you a number, of volume of what we're going to have over the next few months is kind of hard to say, but we're going to try to capture all that 5% to launch on Utilium.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you for being so optimistic. You know, you say like maybe 5% of them do good. I think it's way less than that. So
Yeah.
I'm in no hurry. You know, like if it's just one good one every 2 months, it really doesn't matter. That's how you actually build your platform up and show people that you're not just doing this for some quick BNB here and there and some easy whitelist for some community members, right? So as long as you guys keep on with the transparency and keep on pushing forward, I think this can be something super cool. Yeah.
Exactly. You know, if we are only doing 5 launches a month and they're legitimate projects, I'm more than happy with that. I'm not here. This is not a numbers game. This is a quality type of game that we're doing here. We don't need to do, you know, 100 projects in a week's time, because in reality we know that not all of those are going to be successful. Not all of them are, you know, have the same vision as what we have. So, you know, let it be. If it's 1 a week, 2 a week, 3 a month, you know, as long as they're quality, that's all that matters.
Yeah, true. I love that you guys are taking it, well, not slow, but you're being very meticulous about it. And yeah, some people might shy away from some of these more rigorous standards that you seem to impose, but for the rest of us, it's just common sense, you know. Some of these checks, some of these things that you look for, everybody should expect this, right? And sure, we're not in the best of spaces, right, with the BSC with last year and what's still going on, but I'm glad that there's people out there that, you know, are looking out for everybody involved. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
You're doing something cool. That's all. That's all I wanted to say.
We're looking out for the safety of the project owners, and also the investors involved. You know, so, you know, we get trustful, honest guys that want to launch their project that have good intentions. Well, then investors will know that, hey, Utilium's done everything that they can to check all the boxes. They say it's good. Let's invest there, and, you know, the as time goes on, our reputation will succeed us, and every investor will be following Utilium because they know that every project that launches is going to be a success.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I know some people talk about utilities of tokens and all that, but when you have a launch pad, you have so much potential to build off of it, right? It's not just bringing good teams and good tokens and putting it forward to your community and the rest of the crypto space, but there's so much more that you can build on top of it, right? You can create a huge ecosystem around it with it doesn't have to be like NFTs and all these meta games or anything, but there's so much stuff that you can attach to it once you have it up and running. So I see that, yeah, this could be something really amazing.
Absolutely. And every 3-4 weeks, we're going to be, releasing a new version. Like this is version 1 coming out on Friday. Version 2 is going to come out 3-4 weeks later with more features and maybe some new upgrades and everything. And as crypto evolves, so will we. So, we could, in a couple of years, we could be on version 100, just make, as we keep on just, evolving and move forward.
Yeah, that just speaks to the experience that you have, right, with the space, because sometimes a little bit more hand holding is required for some people, and a little bit more trust needs to be gained, and yeah, it's just that, right? And the fact that you're keeping on and keep doing what you're doing, it's that looks good in my book. Yeah, I'm not gonna take any more time. I see like community members. I'll let Glenn take it away. Thank you.
Appreciate it, bud.
Okay, thanks, Actor. Yeah, let's go to community questions. And Sayad, you had a question for Utilium for Big Mike here. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. Okay, so I was going through your website, and it's mentioned that you will also be offering contract development services for enabling projects to develop optimal contract for success. So I was wondering that do you have your own in-house developers or for this purpose, or you will be referring projects to the third-party developers?
We have in-house devs. We also have some part-time devs as well that are very trusted, that have been with us, SOD, from the beginning. They just they can't be full-time, but they are more than happy to provide their services on a part-time basis. But like I said, we do have full-time devs in-house that will be doing all these contract development and things like that. So if you want a complete custom contract, which that's basically what we want to do, we're able to do so.
Okay, got it. Moving to my next question. On your white paper, I've read that you will also be helping projects to get listed on centralized exchanges. And for this purpose, you have a plan for project at considerable cost. I was wondering, as there are different requirements for these exchanges, projects will have to fulfill in order to get listed on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap. So I was wondering that will you also help the projects to fulfill these requirements as well?
Yes, whatever they need to be able to get applied on CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, we will have those forms available for them to fill out, and then we will have them submitted and everything else. When it comes to your other exchanges, we will be providing services for that as well. They just need to be able to provide us with the proper information so that we can go ahead and do so. If there's anything that they need to do on their end, like Son of Doge, and incorporated for the purpose of being able to get listed on KuCoin, Crypto.com, and future Binance. This is a requirement that was needed, so we went ahead and did it. So if any project needs certain things along the way to be able to get on those exchanges, we will advise them, and this is what you need to do if you want to get onto these places and do these things.
Okay, and it will be necessary for these projects to be using your launchpad, right? Or they can get these services separately?
If projects are already launched and they're doing well and they want to come onto our platform and use our services, they are more than welcome to come on and use our services. The KYC and all that stuff that is for brand new new projects that are launching. They have to pass those certifications to launch on the Launchpad. But yeah, if you're already launched and you require any services that we offer, then you're more than welcome to use them.
Got it. Moving to my final question, and there are also plans for Dex tool. Dex tool projects can register themselves, and you will make sure that they are trending on the Dex tool. So it will work in a similar way. And what will be the requirements for the project? Any project can select this plan.
Yes, any project will be able to select any feature that's on the platform.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much, and best of luck, guys.
You're welcome.
Okay, Big Matt. Yeah, I was wondering why you decided to set up a separate Telegram for Utilium to Son of Doge, not incorporate them both. You want to keep them sort of separate, but obviously they they complement each other because profits from the launchpad and stuff go back into buyback and burns for Son of Doge.
Yeah, the reason why the 2 telegrams is that we want to be able to have new projects or project owners be able to post their projects in Utilium, opposed to posting all kinds of projects in the SOD chat itself. It never looks good to investors that they see a bunch of other projects being posted in that project. So that's why Utilium is there, where we can sit where project owners can post their project. We could talk about their project. We can talk about the launching and things like that, so that the focus isn't lost in the SOD Telegram.
Makes sense, yeah. Thanks for clearing that up for me. Aisha, you've got a question for Big Mike over at Utilium. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Glenn. I have a few questions. First, on your website, I've read that you will be offering influencer package to the clients, and clients can choose from a vast selection of your own carefully selected crypto influencers. I want to know that, have all the influencers been already selected, and if any influencers want to get on board with Utilium, what will be the requirements for influencers?
Yeah, so the influencers that we currently have already been vetted and everything. So they'll be offered as new influencers hear about Utilium and come and offer their services. They will be vetted as well. They will not get paid until services are done. If they accept the job and they do not do it in a certain to start processing and completing it in a certain time frame, then that job will be taken from them and they'll be kicked off of Utilium's site and then handed off to somebody else. We only want the best of the best when it comes to the marketing, the influencers, and everything involved that comes with the features on the Utilium platform. So, only legit people will be offered to use their services, and they will only get paid once the job is completed to satisfactory.
Got it. And will influencers be placed in different tiers depending upon their fan following? And then clients, according to their budget, will be able to avail influencer services.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm asking that will influencers be placed in different tiers depending upon their fan following, and then clients, according to the influencer's budget or according to their client's budget, will be able to avail influencer services?
The services from the influencers, you'll have a list of them to be able to choose from, and what the price of each one of them will be. So whatever fits your budget is what you'll be able to go with. We'll also be putting together like certain packages, like a low package, medium package, custom package, and then a full, complete, all around package where you could just pay one lump sum to get everything involved. So there's going to be different kinds of packages offered as well as single service. So
understood. I also want to know that, will influencers be paid in the native token, or they will have the option to receive payments in stable cryptocurrencies?
all payments will be made either in BNB or BUSD.
Okay, got it. It was about the influencers' payments. What about clients? Can clients make payments in Utilium native token or only BNB for marketing services?
Well, the influencers will be paid with BNB or BUSD, if that's what your question is.
Actually, I was asking about clients. Can
Oh,
clients make payments in Utilium native token?
no, there is no Utilium native token. We are a platform for now, so they will be purchasing the services through either BNB or BUSD.
Okay, BNB, got it. And my last question, Utilium will also be giving project access to your AMA partners with exclusive deals. I was wondering that projects who will be using Launchpad will only have access to your AMA partners?
Well, we provide, if the project would like, we would provide a pre-sale AMA for the day of their launch. We will be offering AMA packages for all lounges and groups. So we'll be in contact with all kinds of lounges and groups and try and get them to come on board and offer their services. So that way, that nobody has to shop anywhere else. Like I was saying before, we will be the one-stop shop. So every service is going to be listed there and what it costs and everything. So there'll be a wide range of AMA groups where people are going to be able to choose from. Absolutely.
All right, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for answering.
Welcome.
I think Aisha got a bit confused there, like I did. Utilium's the platform, and then Son of Doge is the native token. So maybe in the future, you could have part payments in Son of Doge for influencers or projects launching on the platform, which would support the Son of Doge price.
Yeah, well, the problem that I thought of at that is if we, people are paying out people in Son of Doge tokens, that could turn around and hurt our chart. So, if we pay them out in BNB or BUSD, then they could choose to buy into the project at their will.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. And going back to the influencers, are you going to sort of bet them as well? And are you going to have a rating system for the past performance that they've had? And would you sort of ban influencers if they were not very effective for projects on Launchpad?
Yeah, well, any influencers that aren't effective or don't do their job will not be will either be taken off the Utilium platform or won't be added to it at all. But yeah, the ones that are on there will be rated and everything else for everyone to see.
Cool. Let's go back to investor questions. Venice, you had a question for Big Mike at a Utilium platform. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, Glenn. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to know that how will you guys choose the investors for giving them the automatic pre-sale spot, and what will be the total number of investors that can get these spots?
Well, the whitelist tiers is based off of what you're holding of SOD. That's what's guaranteed a whitelist spot. Other than that, the projects themselves that go around and they'll do their AMAs and do their whitelist giveaways. As for the tier system, I think it's around maybe 50 holders, maybe give or take a little bit more. That would be able to be whitelisted for every project.
Okay, and as you're also giving services like creating the most optimal contract for projects, I was wondering that if there's a project with a contract already, if they have already contract built in with their team, then if they want you to audit their contract, then will your team also audit the contract and help them in fixing the issues if they have?
Yeah, so if they already have a contract in place, when they do their KYC with Seek will take a deep dive into their contract as well. If there's anything wrong with their contract, and that they're willing to fix, we will help them, and give them advice on how to make these changes, and everything else.
And there are a lot of projects launching on Pinksail or any other launch pad, and they don't fill the even the soft cap, and I think they have problems in their contract or in their marketing strategy, and there can be various problems. So if they want to relaunch through your launch pad, then if they ask you to just give them suggestion for the marketing strategy or for auditing their contract, as you already said. So what will be your plan to handle this kind of situation if you face it?
If the pre-sale doesn't meet soft cap in any way, the project owner can cancel the pre-sale. Investors will have the option to go, well, they have to go and claim their funds back, which will be available for them. Like I said, we do not put our hands in anybody's funds. And then if that project, asks us if we could please help them to, ensure that they're going to have a better pre-sale, absolutely, we'll step in and we'll give them advice on, marketing and things like that. We're more hands-on than these other launch pads and everything. We'd like to cater to all the projects that are launching on our platform because we want them to succeed. So as more projects come to us and everything else like that,
okay. And I have one more question.
I'm sorry, what's that?
Yeah, sorry, go on. Actually, I thought you answered your question, and I think my TG was just rugging me. So go on.
So, as projects come to us and I talk with them and everything else, I ask them, is there anything that we can help you with your project? As in giving advice, if they were looking for some kind of marketing package to ensure that their pre-sale will fill, make sure that their project will be a success. Yes, we want to be more personable with everybody that comes to us and launches with us. And if they need any help in any way, we are more than happy to help them.
Put out there. Yeah, so if we can maybe, you've got your launch on Friday for the first project on the Utilium platform, USX Quantum. If we can maybe go back to Randy and ask him about the utility and what's being built in the USX Quantum project for investors to get involved and
excuse me. Yeah, sure. Well, overall, the mission, the goal, the end goal is to have a blockchain, a layer 1 blockchain on a quantum system. And diving a little bit deeper into that, it's going to be we're looking to program that with Q# and Microsoft system. Of course, if anybody has any questions, you want to read through our white paper, it's on our website, quantumcode.org. You can download that and look through it. We've been told that it may be complicated, but the idea of quantum computers with crypto is going to be complicated just as it is. Some of the other things that we're looking to do in the meantime are, excuse me, sorry. we want to get started, shortly after our launch, and as the pre-sale ends up with a DeFi platform for NFTs as well, but these are going to be a little different as we want to try to implement software NFTs, helping people sell their software, their coding, whatever parts and pieces that they have through an NFT platform. We think it's great with the pictures and things right now to help, but we think we can expand on the environment by offering that service, and for the devs to NFT their software and make it unhackable so that nobody can change it, and they can have full control over their coding. We'd like to institute a DeFi quantum learning platform, putting in articles, opinion pieces, gathering people together from the quantum space and other researchers, maybe get some university researchers involved to add articles and insights into quantum computing, for the everyday person to read, to get everybody up to speed and provide a little bit more education. Another aspect that we're trying to work on is help with anti-sniping bots to help other platforms, other launch pads get rid of these snipers, so liquidity pools don't get hit. Help them out, make sure their projects are solid. Also, too, once we get this quantum blockchain up and moving. On the back end for other projects, we can have an investment stream, or I'm sorry, a revenue stream by helping other projects get themselves onto these quantum systems as well, as sort of a I think it's called a layer two system. We kind of put our coding on the back end of their blockchain and help them get onto that level.
Thanks very much for giving us more details there on the project, which is launching on Friday. Is it what time on the Utilium platform?
4 o'clock Eastern, 8 p.m. UTC, I think it is. But we're scheduled for 4 o'clock Eastern on Friday, April 8th.
What's the maximum contribution for investors?
2 is going to be the maximum, and for the minimum, I'm not exactly sure. No minimum. Well, I mean, no minimum. It's whitelisted. You got to get your whitelist spots, but 2 is going to be the maximum.
Will there be a time period if there's some available? It'll go public at some point for all investors for the whitelist.
Oh, like after the whitelist, we're going to talk to Big Mike about that, the exact time period for the length of time for whitelists, and then after that, if there's any left, we'll get into a public side.
Okay, cool. And yeah, if we can maybe go back to Big Mike and do a roundup of the Utilium platform. Everything we talked about in the AMA, there's been a lot of people joining in the middle of the AMA, so they might not have heard the first half. So yeah, just do a recap, that'd be great.
Sure. The Utilium Launchpad is going to be the fairest launchpad out there. It's, we do not take any fees, no 2% of coins, no 2% of funds raised. There's a system holders to be eligible to earn a whitelist for every launchpad, every project that launches on the launchpad. We're going to be offering a bunch of services on the platform for projects to be able to start their project from the very beginning, to pre-marketing, to launching, to post-marketing, and everything else in between, and even after that as well. They can come to us and ask us for any advice at any time. We're always here to help these projects to be as most successful as possible. So and we want them to, so their success is our success. We want to provide a safe place where people can come to, and project owners, developers, and investors, where they come and launch their project, invest in this project, and know that their funds are safe, knowing that they can go to bed at night and wake up and their funds are still there. So, we want to, change the space. We wanted to build a safe haven, and a trusted place where people can come and do these things. And, with our vetting process that we put every project through to be able to launch on our platform, we're hoping that this will resolve a lot of these issues. We have a lot of big stuff planned. We have a great project launching on Friday with UXS Quantum. They're a great group of guys. They've gone through the vetting process. They've passed everything. So yeah, we're really excited about that. We will continue to keep pushing this with our sales and marketing team to bring in new projects as long as they are legit.
Awesome. Yeah, it's been great speaking to Big Mike and Randy today. Yeah, we can, like I said, we always say to investors, we can get you safely over to the Utilium Telegram, the official one, if you need to ask any questions about the quantum project, or if you want to talk about Son of Doge. I'm sure from there you can get safely over to there. You might want to invest there and get some whitelist spots for the new launchpad. It looks really cool, the website and the Launchpad up and coming. It's exciting for the future. I think it's great for our investors to hear you two guys today. Thank you very much for coming.
Oh, appreciate you having us, and thank you for everybody.
Thank you.